As I ravage the archives, I'm constantly looking for new and amazing artwork. And so over the course of time, I've accumulated a collection of panoramas, which are just very cool and very awesome. So I just wanted to put them here. Some are horizontal, some are circular mandala ones, but look at these. Look at the artwork here, the amount of effort these must have taken and the size this must have been originally. This one especially is incredible. I believe it's Russia, and just wow. Look at the way this city is developed. All of these places, so magnificent, so perfect, so clean. That's one of the main things. You don't see any waste anywhere. Everything looks like it's being utilized to perfection, and it looks like everything's mud-flooded still. So it does look like there is a giant ancient civilization that it now has a bunch of nomads just wandering around in horse and carriage, because clearly they were not the builders of these things. I like to believe. Who knows? Maybe I'm wrong. Again, this is a similar area, another kind of Russian panorama. The art is just absolutely magic, and it's just so many details. As that building goes into the distance, you see it just going down to just total perfection. So either these artists were just masters of measurements and rulers and everything like that, perspective, everything to totally precise, or there was some method of camera obscura, camera lucida, something that they were doing to help them get everything perfect, because the proportions are flawless, always. You never see a bulge out of place, you never see anything like that. So it's almost kind of a sign of a trace or some kind of technology being used. But then in this puppy, we got the old San Francisco after the burn. Everything all laid out, just getting ready for the next round of nonsense. And again, they always put a certain date on this, but is it the right date? We don't know. They could switch everything up. And what was this? That could have been a picture from after the San Francisco War or whatever that took place there, and then they tell us something different. Who knows? I'm just kind of speculating, observing the art, observing all this stuff. And here, I believe, is Rome. And I've got another one of Rome coming up right after this, which is amazing as well. But, oh man, look at this. Look at this detail. You could not do that amount of detail if you did not have a flying device. It would be absolutely impossible to be on the ground and plot out such perfection like this. You have to have it from above, and then that means he has to have captured it potentially and found a way. And it looks like my other Rome one is not working for some reason. I've been just trying to get it to work, so I'm going to do an individual video on that later. But here we have a panorama that's a little bit different. It's kind of like a chariot or a procession of crazy things. We got the Tartar eagle back there, Akia, we got some royalty, we've got some people helping them out. It's just amazing. These scenes, like I drawing these scenes, the artist, I can tell from experience that just you immerse yourself in it. You get trapped in a world that every time you draw, you enter it, and it just feels so good. It feels like it takes you to new places when you create worlds like this and visions like that, and it's just amazing. And it takes you to that time too, when it's just everything is preserved. If you can tap into it. And this was a very interesting panorama that I thought, where they kind of took the layers and they lined it up sideways. So this is one length of river, but shown from about 7 different kind of perspectives and different kind of connected things. So able to fit something like a long river on a regular normal sheet of paper instead of a panorama. I thought that was a really cool idea, so I wanted to share that here. These are also very nice too. It's kind of like the MC Escher holding the globe, but it's kind of an above bird's eye view, they call these, kind of spherical panoramas. And I thought these were really interesting because I've technically done several of these artworks, and I'll share them at the end. And I kind of didn't really I didn't know that they had precedent, before that. I knew that someone must have, but these ones are really cool, very interesting. They're informative. That's the thing that I like about a lot of the ancient art and panoramas and educational, powerful art, is that they tell a story and you can read them like a book. It's like one page that has hundreds of pages worth of information on it because of the visual expression in the different forms that it uses. And this one incorporates a lot of text. But looking at that overview, you get a whole kind of bird's eye view of a city, and you can express a lot. You can express every different angle. It's just a great way of showing a lot of cool things. And I love how you see the perspective roll off into the distance. So the buildings close are bigger, and then further away they get a little interesting. And so this was another one that has a lot of nature around it. I thought this was really cool. The tower, I'm not sure. I believe this is like Holland or Germany or something like that. but that tower, probably some kind of powerful ancient usage. And then I believe this shows the kind of view around it. So from each side of the tower, this is what you'd see. And that's a great way of doing it. You know, the central kind of point, the main kind of focus, the thing, and then you get to see where your view is from. And if I'm right on that, then that's pretty cool. And this one's really neat too. I wonder if it's a similar idea, if these were lookout towers or something, 769 meters high, and then this is the view around it. If so, I would love to live in this place. Amazing. Look at all those ancient tree mountains in the distance. But wow, what a great way to, you know, show things, make a map of this whole kind of world, this whole view, this whole landscape, and incorporate it all into a circle. Nothing beats that. And this is as we get a little older in time, a little more close to now. We're doing this in New York City. And I think this has like a lot of different... I'm not sure if the New York Met or one of the museums put this out, but very interesting way of doing it. You know, certain things are colored in that show the highlights of what is being featured, and you know, the rest is kind of a black and white outline. Very neat, educational, interesting ways of expressing information. That's what it's all about. And my latest artwork, the Tree of Life, is nothing short of that, and that's what kind of inspiring this and me to want to put this out there. This one I thought was really beautiful just because of the perspective of it, incorporating the clouds in there, and it's almost tough to even grasp what this perspective really is, or what it's from, or maybe it's, I don't know if it's right at the top of something. It's almost like this is pre GoPro, ancient GoPro, or just Antiqua GoPro kind of technology. And I wonder if they had something. I wonder if they had like a mirrored orb that they would put up there and then they'd trace that, or if there was a way to kind of get this, or if they're doing it all from imagination. You never really know, and just different straight photos taken and then circularized. I don't know, but I think they're impressive for doing it. And this is pretty cool as well. Another one kind of showing the land. This was just like, you know, educational. Great way to put educational. If you have a packet, if you have highlighting a certain area and you want to send information to people, encourage people to check it out, this is a beautiful way of doing it. And I like how they use the corners where you can show the kind of different things, like an old map. You know, put good material in the corners so that people can get a more thorough experience of it. And again, right at the top, cardinal measurements, boom, what it looks like to be on top of that mountain and looking out. So I wonder if they climbed the mountains and then drew these things, or if they had ways of preserving the images, like through photography, and then take them down to the lab and kind of do it and tweak it, or if this is just some kind of, you know, technology that captured this and they did it. So maybe they sent something super high with a GoPro lens. Who knows? This was really interesting too, because it's the structure of a building at the center, and then it's like a cathedral, I believe. Then it shows kind of the piecing together of it and kind of the construction of it, which is very interesting. Again, so much information packed into one space, and it's beautiful. That's what art is incredible for, and that's something, you know, AI will never be able to do, I don't think. They can do all this weird stuff, but can they do precise, accurate stuff? Seems to me like AI only puts out the nonsense that their creators feed it, and most of them are of a terrible mentality. This I thought was really awesome, right? A kind of an overview of that tower, even right in the center, almost if it's on a hill, and then it looks kind of like a nip. And then you see all the stuff in the distance, all the text in the distance, how far away this town is, how far away this is, these mountains, this mountain, how high it is. Everything can be incorporated into it, and it gives an overall phenomenal view. I love panoramas. They're really beautiful. And so this is an earth mandala that me and my wife did, and we did two similar. I'm going to show you Earth of Love and Earth mandala. And so this is the earth mandala, which has the earth in the center, and then kind of a spiral, everything in the sky all around it, which I think is very cool. It's a very cool kind of image. It makes you it gives that overall impression. And we did this all from our imagination. We didn't look at anything. This is all just kind of like pure thought connected, and me and my wife did this together. It's actually amazing. We worked super hard to get it finished for a road trip, and then we took it on a road trip and no one cared about it. But it was still worth it. Still amazing to get into the zone and work really hard on something. And this is 20 to 30 inches in diameter, and so is this one, Earth of Love, our Love Mandala 2. And so this one has the earth around it with the sun in the center. So you see all the animals kind of revolving around that land, and then this. And they're both, you know, not, I don't think, representative of the whole in reality, in the true shape of everything, but they're just very great impressions. They look cool, they look wonderful. You can spin them, you can look at them from every angle, every 360 degrees. You get something different, a different view, a different sense of beauty. And so I just wanted to share that with you all, because you know, You'll find some good stuff in there, and explore these panoramas. I can't link to every one, but inspire yourself. Get creative. Find different ways to incorporate a bunch of information into things. It's all about, really, for me personally, it's all about kind of providing artwork that engages people and allows them to discover things. Because when you personally discover something within an artwork that hits you and strikes you, it affects you very strongly. And so art is a powerful tool. So I encourage all to use it. Spread love, spread all positivity through your art. Share it with everyone. Get into the zone. Doing precise work is doing the work of the divine. It really is, and you feel it every moment you do it. I would rather draw than do anything. No party, it doesn't matter. A bunch of celebrities, so-called celebrities, want to invite me to a huge party somewhere. I would 1,000 times rather just draw at home with my family. Nothing beats it. And so I hope you all can get that feeling from it and just join the art world and get inspired. That's what I hope to do in 2023. Inspire you all to improve yourselves, improve the world, and let's renaissance. It's time. We got to save this place. Bless you all.